everybody, and welcome to Comics from the Future. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our big show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that you can pre-order by this weekend. So head on over to infinityflux.net right now, where you can start placing those pre-orders, and your pre-orders are due Sunday, which is 2 days from now.
That's right.
By 9 o'clock. Oh, wait, a little time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, so as you guys know, we do sometimes. We are actually recording this video on Wednesday.
I was gonna say, sometimes we do have another life.
Right. No, so Andy and I both have scheduling conflicts on Friday, so we're recording this on Wednesday. So what that means is some of this stuff might change, probably won't, but some things may get pushed back. As always, check the website to see the latest and greatest information, but most of this should be locked in already. And also, as if that weren't weird enough, there are no DC books on this show this week. At least there aren't as of time of recording, which again is on Wednesday the 3rd, December 3rd. So yeah, again, check the website. Anything that you order that on Friday, anything that you order before Friday, if it gets pushed back, it'll still count.
Yeah.
So no worries. At the worst, you'll have more time to pre-order stuff.
Yeah.
Most of the time something changes, it's because the FOC date got pushed back.
Yeah.
Which gives you just more time to order. So I just want to let you know that there's a couple of weird things with this video this week.
Couple little asterisks that you gotta check the bottom of the page for.
It's like, in a comic book, when you read, there's an asterisk, but then there's a double asterisk, and there's like two notes,
Yeah, and then you're like, maybe you should have explained that more.
Yeah.
Well, let's still get on with the show, because even though it's mostly Marvel and indie, actually it's all Marvel,
it's all Marvel and indie,
Marvel's still coming out with some pretty big stuff, so we're going to kick it off with our Prime comic pre-orders, and one that I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, Inglorious X-Force #1. So this comes out January 21st, which, as you know, is after the Age of Revelation event has finished. That event finishes on December 31st. And this is after all that. This is
more than a month out.
Right. Yeah. So this is right. So we're December 3rd right now. This comes out January 21st. So yeah, you're ordering this almost 2 months ahead of time.
I'm not sure if we've hit peak distance between ordering and releasing.
Yeah.
But as we get kind of closer to Christmas, we got a graph of Marvel, and it gets up to
2 months out.
2 months out. So this is why it's also super important that you make your pre-orders, because the time discrepancy between that, it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So this is in the new era of X-Men, the new status quo called Shadows of Tomorrow. So this is a new X-Force book written by Tim Seeley and Jordan Bloom, and the art is by Michael Stamaria. And in this one, Cable returns from the future with a handful of clues and gaping holes in his memory, which is par for the course for Cable. An assassination is at hand, and it's up to Helverine, Archangel, Boom Boom to follow Cable's lead into the fire. But who are they after, and what secret does Cable's faulty memory hide? So, sounds like they're already setting up a little bit of a mystery. Yeah. We've got a couple of members of classic X-Force back in Cable and Boom Boom. You throw in Archangel, you've got some uncanny X-Force in there as well.
Different eras of X-Force, and then Helverine.
Just because they need to put him somewhere. But I think he seems at home on this team too. So yeah, brand new X-Force title with the kind of the classic logo. I mean, I'm looking forward to reading this, checking it out.
I love Cable. Cable is one of my, as a 90s X-Men kid, one of my favorite characters. Just make him as ridiculous as possible. So him being he time traveled again, and he forgot more things. Yeah. And it's that's what he does. That's his shtick.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited about this.
Yeah. So this is our A cover. There is a Clayton Crane cover. There is a Francesco Manna cover, a Jeff Shaw trading card cover.
That's cool.
And a Jason Burrows cover.
Although I can never keep up with why is Angel currently Archangel or not Archangel?
I get lost. Sometimes he's blue, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he has his feather wings, sometimes he doesn't. I think he can change back and forth. So somebody let us know in the comments what's up with that. If you can explain the entire history of that.
Yeah, go back to X-Men #1 and Angel. I need the full Warren Worthington the bio. Well, next up, another new one from the X-Men corner of the Marvel Universe. This is Rogue #1. So as you can see at the top, this is another Shadows of Tomorrow. And this is really cool because, yes, this is in current continuity. This is kind of almost spinning out of Uncanny X-Men, with Rogue being, currently with Gambit, living in the Haven House. All of that stuff is going on, but it says you can't outrun the past. Rogue has an idyllic life with her sweet Remy LeBeau, but there are still skeletons in her closet. You'd think after how many years of Rogue been around, we would have cleaned all those out by now. Ones that come out when she least expects it. Rogue has worked so hard to leave her villainous past behind. Unfortunately, the past doesn't stay in the past. What happens when it slams right into your face? What past sin would make Rogue leave Haven House? Do Mystique and Destiny hold the answer? So this is going to be by Erica Schultz and Luigi Zangaria. And I feel like they don't touch on very much her villain past.
Yeah.
When she was like a member of like the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, all of that. So I think that's really interesting, and I love Rogue. Rogue's another one of my favorite X-Men characters, so this is going to be really interesting. I'm pretty sure this is just a mini series. I'm not positive, but I thought
I'm not sure.
I thought this was maybe like 5 or 6 issues.
Yeah, it probably is.
We'll probably know more once it gets closer to time. So you've got your A cover here by David Nakayama. You've got a Girahiru X-Men trading card variant. You have a Kevin Wada cover. Looks like Gambit's putting on his jacket. He's going to go with her.
Mm-hmm.
And a great Scotty Young cover.
That's great. And next up, we have a new one from Ignition Press. You guys know how much we love Ignition Press around here. This is called Bloodland. This is the first of a 12-issue series written by B. Clay Moore, and the art is by Mac Chater. And this is about the president of, I guess it's the United States. They don't necessarily, they do say the Supreme Court. So this is about President Andrew Cross. He is deep into an unconstitutional extended term, which he seized by which he seized by executive orders, declaring martial law, a stacked Supreme Court. But his support is starting to splinter and waver. So he forges an alliance with a cabal of ancient European vampires. He wants to hold on to that power, and I guess he'll do whatever he has to do to get it, including, hey, vampires, you want to help me out?
That always ends up well for everybody.
Yeah. And I believe they're called the White Cell because it says as the White Cell's influence expands, the administration's pursuit of power and blood purity transforms the landscape into a battleground between emboldened loyalists, aspiring demagogues, and colorful factions of dissenters. And then against it all, there is a woman named, she's an Army veteran named Heather Brooks. She is a lone wolf on a warpath to find and avenge her newborn son, who's been sacrificed to the state, while retired pro quarterback Sonny Cassidy rallies an idealistic resistance. As their courses collide, the two leaders will tilt the odds and change the shape of a cross-country war for the soul of a nation. So sounds like, hitting a little bit close to home, but also there's vampires, right? So sounds like there could be some really cool political intrigue.
It's so many kind of genres mixed up here that's really cool.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. Ignition Press has knocked it out of the park pretty much with everything they've released so far, and I think this will be too. So this is our A cover, and there is a mitten variant.
Ooh, that just straight up Nosferatu hanging out there. Well, next up, we have a number 2, Hulk Smash Everything number 2. Number 1 came out this week, and it was a ton of fun. A very kind of timeless Hulk.
Yes.
All the characters in it look like you're like a standard version of them. So this is not your kind of current horror monstrous Hulk.
It's just Hulk.
Yeah, it's just Hulk. You can read this without having read anything else. Plus, we got Doctor Strange in that first one, the leader. So much fun. And if you read the first one, you know how we got to this place. But I love what the solicitation says for it. Historians thought dinosaurs to be some of the fiercest creatures to roam the earth during its prehistoric age until Hulk arrived. History as we know it gets smashed. So we saw a little bit of Hulk smashing some dinosaurs, but there's a meteor heading for him, and hopefully he smashes that too. This is a series that even with the solicitations, I don't know how Hulk's going to get from one place to another. I don't know what the series is going to be all about, other than it's going to have a lot of Hulk smashing in it. And that's all I want.
That's all I want.
Hulk
Yep,
book.
I'm a simple man.
So, very excited. If you haven't checked out the first issue, I believe we still have some in stock, so check that out. And
It's
then
really good.
it is
Great
really
artwork.
good.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's just it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
Just flows so well. But we've got a bunch of great covers. So this is your A cover. We have a Kyle Hotz cover. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of dinosaur smashing in this one. And a Pete Woods cover.
There's that meteor.
Yep.
Well, next we have The Witcher Bloodstone. This is the first issue in a 4-issue miniseries. This is written by Daniel Friedman and the art is by Pius Bach. And this has been created in close collaboration with CD Projekt Red. And there are these ancient dwarven mines that have attracted a bunch of different treasure hunters. But legend has it that there is a horned beast in those mines that is killing those treasure hunters. And with no signs of an attack, Geralt surveys the lay of the land, but the mountains are deadly and the mines are even deadlier. Like, take that, mines of Moria. I'll see your Balrog, yeah. And in the labyrinth of the dwarven caves, what remains is best left untouched. So yeah, it sounds like a nice, fun, standalone kind of Witcher story. We just had the show, the new season on Netflix. So now you can read this while you're waiting for the next season.
And waiting for the new game.
That's right. So this is our A cover by Pius Bach. So that's your interior artist. There is a Cavanaggio cover. There's an Axel Sauerwald cover. And a, Padkos Silny cover.
Nailed it.
Sorry about that.
Well, next up, we have Fantastic Four #7, and we had to talk about this because, for one, this is one of Marvel's best books coming out currently, with just fantastic art by Humberto Ramos, and this one is going to be really fun. This is the second part of The Invincible Woman. Part 1 came out this week, and it was really cool. You think you're getting one story, and then you get another story, and then finally it ended with what I think is the big story here. So, with a message hidden in the structure of the reality itself decoded, the Fantastic Four discover that Sue Storm has just become the most wanted woman in the universe, and that makes both her and planet Earth a target for invasion. Seeking to save both their planet and themselves, the Fantastic Four build a fantastic new spacecraft to voyage into the unknown, which is, once again, so classic Fantastic Four. I think Reed Richards just looks for any excuse to build a new spacecraft.
Right.
But this necessarily means that their world and their families are left undefended. Making matters worse, the Fantastic Four aren't the only ones who found this message. There are forces here on Earth looking to take advantage. So,
and that message, if you read the last issue or the one that came out this week, it's really cool, and I want to see where that goes.
Yeah, and I want to see who wrote it.
Yep.
Did they even do it, and where they currently, and
is that why they're building a spaceship to go investigate? Yeah.
So this is just fantastic. No pun intended.
Still no word of
Malice.
Yeah, right.
But issue 8's cover is Malice.
Okay.
So what happens? We don't know. Is that the reason why Sue is so dangerous at this point, is because somebody knows that personality is coming back? I don't know, but if you're not reading it, you could even pick up this week's issue and start from there and go forward.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to know anything else. That's what's also so great about this series. But we've got some great covers. Of course, you got your first cover by Humberto Ramos, your interior artist. Then we have a Joe Gisco cover, very classic. A Romero cover. And, of course, there's another one. This is the Scotty Young cover with Malice. So,
I wonder if she's going to be saying something cutesy and it's just not ready,
Maybe it's just creepier if she's not.
Yeah. I guess that's why, when we do these shows on Wednesday, the cover art isn't usually finalized. Yeah. So, by the time you pre-order this on Friday or this weekend, that might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Well, next up we have Planet She-Hulk #3. Now, #2 has not come out yet, and I actually don't know when it comes out. I don't think it's next week, but it needs to be soon because I love the first one, and I really want to read the next one. But this is #3. And in this one, a merchant's trusted assistant is dead, and Jen has been framed for his murder. Can Sakar's justice system prevail, or is Jen staring at a long-term sentence? Well, she's a lawyer, so she can represent herself in court, and I have a feeling that she'll be able to convince a jury that she didn't do it.
Also, on Sakaar, they're like, you kill this person, you could be like, yeah, so.
And
they'd be like, no, that's
okay,
good
yeah,
enough
good
for me.
point, yeah. So and that's pretty much it. We don't have any more information, but we wanted to let you know that Planet She-Hulk #3 is on FOC this weekend, and it's super good, and you should pre-order. So this is the A cover. There's a Clayton Crane variant and a Paco Medina cover. That's pretty cool.
With that new character, I think we saw briefly in the first issue.
That's right, yeah, near the end.
Yeah. Well, next up we have Wiccan Witches Road #2. #1 came out this week. Is really interesting. Coming out of the events of Imperial with Wiccan and Hulkling crashing to Earth. And Wiccan, for some reason, his powers aren't working. Hulkling is very damaged and trying to recover. And if Wiccan can't cure him with magic, he's going to have to find help somewhere else. So turns to a witch in this woods. Now, in this one, the beginning of the witch's journey, Wiccan has been forced to make a deal with a dark witch to protect Teddy. But what are the witch's goals? What chaos will come on this dark and twisting quest? And what unlikely ally will reveal themselves? Which I'm interested in, like, who might else be appearing in this?
I wonder if it's one of the other sorcerer characters, like Dr. Voodoo or
that would be awesome. Yeah. Or even Wiccan's mother.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll have to see. But if you read #1 this week and liked it, don't forget to order #2. We've got our A cover here. And we also have a Megan Hetrick cover.
Next up is Black Panther Intergalactic #2. #1 has not come out yet, and I don't know when that one comes out either. I don't think it's next week either. But in this one, the overall premise of the series is that Black Panther is trapped off-world, and in this issue, he comes face-to-face with an enemy that he's never encountered before. It looks like Doc Ock, but it also doesn't look like Doc Ock.
Especially because Doc Ock currently has the, like, globular...
Yeah, right. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what this cover's trying to tell us. But he comes face-to-face with an enemy he's never encountered before and a technological threat that even Wakandan science may not be able to overcome. But he's not the only Wakandan in trouble. Shuri has been mysteriously abducted as well, and she's going to have to try to survive while trying to find T'Challa. What lengths must they go to discover who sits at the controls of this deadly new threat? So I'm ready to read it, Marvel. As soon as you want to release it, I'm ready to go. So this is our A cover. There's a Clayton Crane variant and a EM Gist variant.
Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah.
Well, next up, we have X-Men of Apocalypse #2. #1 came out a few weeks ago, and so this issue #2 doesn't come out till January 21st, so you're going to have a big gap between those. But if you haven't got a chance to read it, you got plenty of time.
Well, this is the one that started with a zero issue, a #0, and then I was like, why did we already read that one when #1 came out? But it was a 0 and then the 1 and now the 2.
Now we're moving on to #2. Back to where it began. The X-Men of Apocalypse have gone back to where it all began in their quest to restore their history. But before they can, it means mixing it up with the original X-Men. And I think that's really cool. Although I don't think any of them are like doubly represented in this. I don't think there's like an Age of Apocalypse. Cyclops is not with them.
Oh,
so
you're right, yeah.
It's a little bit, one may know the other, but the original X-Men won't know any of them.
Is Iceman?
I don't remember if Iceman went with them.
He might be the only one, but I don't think he's there. No, he was in the current day, like the 90s, Iceman was in the last one.
Yeah.
But not Age of Apocalypse Iceman.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they explain themselves to each other. Yeah. But if you enjoyed issue #1, pick up issue #2. We've got our A cover here by Simone DeMeo, who is your interior artist. We have an Arthur Adams cover with Creed. I don't think he doesn't like being called Sabretooth in this, and Wild Child. We have a Joe Madureira cover, which I love with Blink.
Blink, that's great, man. I love that character.
Yeah, we don't see Blink too often anymore. We've got a Joshua Swaby cover with Mystique. And we have a Mark Brooks, the animated style variant, with one of the goofiest looks that Cyclops has ever had, but I kind of like it.
like it. What's cool is that the original X-Men, at this point, they haven't encountered Wolverine, but now they're going to see Sabretooth or Creed, but they're not really familiar with this like type of character and all that stuff. So
they're witnessing everything backwards.
You're right.
Well, next up we got more Essential Comics.
Essential Comics like X-Men #24 in the wake of Age of Revelation, because this is another Shadows of Tomorrow era book. And again, Shadows of Tomorrow is not an event.
No.
It's just the next status quo for the X-Men, like From the Ashes was. But it's not a big event with tie-ins. It's just
It's not a crossover.
Yeah, it's not a crossover, nothing like that. But this is again set after the Age of Revelation has finished. We are in the Shadows of Tomorrow, and in the wake of Age of Revelation, the Gene terrorist group 3K has been revitalized. But will their internal schemes undo them? And I find that interesting because 3K in Age of Revelation was blamed for releasing the X virus, but really they weren't. But they are bad guys still, and yeah. So there's and I like that one scene in Amazing X-Men, I think #1, where he's like, "I need you to tell me all about 3K,
Yeah.
so that when I go back, I can deal with him," that kind of thing. So
hopefully we see some of that with Cyclops.
exactly. So this is our A cover. There's a Clayton Crane cover. There is a Luciano Vecchio cover, Vecchio trading card variant, and a NetEase Games Marvel Rivals wraparound variant.
Yeah, which is cool. That's like the background on Marvel Rivals
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
Yeah.
Well, next up, we've got Amazing Spider-Man issue number 20. Issue number 18 comes out next week, I think?
17.
17.
So it's going to be a Spider-Man in space story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard keeping these... for one, the distance between the issues and the alternating issues.
Yeah,
It's hard to
yeah.
remember where we are.
Remember, the odd ones are the ones we want right now, because that's the really cool Spider-Man in space story. This is not one of them.
Well, this is an even
Yeah.
one, but this does sound really interesting. This is Night of the Goblin Slayers. Norman Osborn has been purged of his sins, but that doesn't mean they can't still come back to haunt him. Hobgoblin wants Norman out of the Spider-Man game for good, and he's got the hyper-lethal tech of an entire goblin-slaying army at his disposal. I do kind of like this, goblins hunting goblins.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty cool story beat. So if you are checking out Amazing Spider-Man, don't miss out on issue number 20. We've got our A cover right here. We've got a Clayton Crane cover. We've got a Gabriel Del Otto cover. And a awesome Lee Bermejo.
Oh,
I
man.
love Spider-Man versus Juggernaut.
Yeah, that's one of the best stories ever.
Yep.
All right, so next up we have Daredevil, Punisher, The Devil's Trigger #3. #2 has not come out yet either, but I'm also ready for that because #1 was really cool. And in this one, spurred on by the power vacuum left by the Nucci crime family, who Punisher is basically taken out, an unprecedented crime wave has flooded the streets of New York. Left to face the rising violence and vitriol, Daredevil and the Punisher will have to put aside their differences to keep the criminals of New York from consuming it altogether. This sounds like the most basic of Daredevil Punisher stories, and that's a good thing. I don't mind that at all. Daredevil and Punisher going at each other, but then having to pause, team up just to take down a whole bunch of mob bosses and stuff. Yeah, that sounds awesome to me. That's all it needs to be, and that's all it is. So this is our A cover, and there's a Clayton Crane variant. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, next up, we have G.I. Joe, issue number 17. This is the finale of the Dreadnought War, which has been going twice a month up until this point. So we don't know a whole lot about how it's going to wrap up, but it does say it will have a last page twist that will change G.I. Joe forever in the Energon universe. And I believe it. So we'll definitely have to check out what happens here. What's going to happen with... I wonder how, because Duke and Cobra Commander have kind of been teamed up for this and come to work together. That's going to make some kind of lasting effect on both of them, as they go at it later.
Yeah, it might make them hate each other more.
It could do that. Yeah, sometimes proximity will do that.
I think part 3 came out this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be really cool to see it once it wraps up and what that means for the future of G.I. Joe. We've got our A cover here, and we have a Ben Oliver cover with, if you want to say War Pig. I
don't know who that is.
No, that's him without his helmet on.
Who?
Pig. Road
Pig, yeah.
Yeah. He was a big part in the issue this week.
Nice. Well, keeping along those same lines, we have Transformers #28. In this one, Mirage and Bulkhead are back in action. You can see them on the cover there. Plus, RC makes a stunning decision that will shock every Transformers fan. So G.I. Joe, never going to be the same after this, and Transformers fans over on this side are going to be shocked as well. And that's it. I don't know. There's nothing else. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what
a little bit of what RC's doing, and RC's not too happy with Optimus at this point.
Yeah, maybe she's gonna go to the Decepticons.
Maybe.
Oh, that wouldn't be good. So this is our A cover. There's a Daniel Warren Johnson and Mike Spicer cover.
Yep.
Oh, and there is a Jorge Corona and Mike Spicer connecting cover.
Ooh, getting one side of it. Well, next up we have The Beauty, issue number 3. I believe issue number 2 comes out next week.
I believe it does.
Yeah. So this is the return to The Beauty, which was a series from a few years ago as an Image book, but now it is at Ignition Press, and you can read this one without having read the other one. But of course, this is about the sexually transmitted disease that makes you beautiful for a time, but then could suddenly make you spontaneously combust at any moment.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, in the first issue, we met Kevin Frost, who was a weatherman who thought he was getting passed up for promotions and everything and wanted to make his life better. Well, now he's gotten the beauty. And he's already discovering how the disease can change your life in a myriad of ways. From the gorgeous girl he's now having a fling with, to the police knocking on his door wondering what he knows about the death of the man who helped him get the virus. So, a little good, a little bad. But I'm very excited for issue number 2. Number 1 was great. Emanuele Lupiccio's art on it is phenomenal. So, check it out if you checked out number 1. This is number 3. We've got our A cover here and a Emma Lupicchio cover B.
And then keeping along with Ignition Press, we have No Place number 3. And in this one, the director of No Place, Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, she warned them that there would be primates, but Mari and Alan could never have prepared for this fight for their lives against swimming monkeys in the sewer system. And actually, I guess that's what that is on there.
Kind of look like gargoyles.
Meanwhile, the boss herself comes face to face with the Wicked Witch of the Deep. The wounds that follow will cut to the core, revealing an unexpected connection between No Place's world-saving efforts and the devastation at their doorstep. And as the old gods work through Adamic to seize control of Chicago, it's one step forward, 2 giant leaps back on Mary's mission to make amends with her family. Number 2 hasn't come out yet. I feel like that will make more sense after we read number 2. We understand the concept because we read number 1, but
number 1 was definitely like a setup.
Yeah, it didn't get into that much level of detail, so it's a little bit confusing. But number 2 will help straighten it all out whenever that is that comes out. Which I don't think it's not next week. I don't think that's our list for next week. But all right, but yeah. So anyway, this is our A cover, and then we have a Lonergan cover. Ooh, there's a Wicked Witch of the Deep. Yeah. What if she's that big?
That would be really scary.
She's just laying
really
under the water.
Well, next up, we got continuing stories, starting with the Disavowed issue number 3 of 5. There's no new information about this. The solicitation for every issue of it is the same, but this kind of more mature take on G.I. Joe continues here. And the first issue was awesome. I've not got a chance to read issue 2 yet, but issue 3 is here. We've got our A cover for that. We've got a Adam Riches variant. And we have a Pop Mon cover, which is your interior artist.
That's the Tomax twins.
Yeah.
But just gender bent.
There's a little bit of that through the whole series, which is really fun.
Love it. Well, this is Die Loaded number 3. Number 2, again, has not come out yet. But the first one I was really interested in. And the solicitation's a little strange. It just says, did you ever wonder, was Sauron's mom sad? She had such high hopes for him. Here we venture into a world where a broken mother guards the ruins of her son's downfall. Can anyone survive? So, sounds like a very protective mother is gonna... we only know of one character who's back in the game world right now, so I guess number 2 will help fill that gap.
Sauron's mom wasn't sad because Sauron didn't have a mother because he was, created by Iluvatar and...
Nerd.
Anyway.
Nerd alert. This is our A cover.
Well, I guess his mother maybe would have been Morgoth, which is the guy, but... we'll get into that later.
That'll be a
Lord of the Rings podcast.
That'll be a special, special video. That'll be our live show next week. And then there's a Marguerite Sauvage cover.
Well, next up we've got Spawn: The Dark Ages, issue number 3. Number 2 of this has not come out yet, but issue number 1 came out a couple of weeks ago. Very cool, by Liam Sharp, and this is your A cover. It doesn't say a whole lot that isn't just like flavor text. The brutal wars of the Dark Ages are spreading across the countryside, but there is another darker evil rising. Copy and paste that to any fantasy novel.
Right.
But with the little Spawn flair thrown in there. So here is your A cover, and there is a Virgin version of that cover as well.
I'm looking forward to the second issue though, because the first issue was all about the king going to Devil Spawn to get his help. What is that help going to look like? I want to see him like tear some people up. Maybe he will. And next up is Alien versus Captain America #3. #2 hasn't come out yet either. So that's how we told you, like, we're ordering so far out that the second issues haven't had a chance to come out yet. But this one sounds cool, and I loved the first issue, and this sounds like it gets even more interesting because as Captain Marvel joins, Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, he joins Captain America, and again, this is set back in World War II. So that's even cooler. So Marvel joins Captain America in his fight against Hydra's aliens. The secret and dark history between the Xenomorphs and the Kree is revealed. So it sounds like, this is getting even more involved. I thought it was cool enough with Hydra wanting to experiment with the Xenomorphs, but now the Xenomorphs have some kind of connection to the Kree. Like, that sounds really cool. And will either of the captains be able to contain an even bigger potential problem, a crazed Nick Fury with vengeance on his mind? Yes, please. This sounds awesome. I can't wait to continue this story. So this is our A cover, and there is a ACO variant.
That looks like almost like an old Jim Steranko, Nick Fury cover. Well, next up we have Ultimate Black Panther issue at number 24. This is the final issue of Ultimate Black Panther.
Okay.
So wrapping it up, this will be coming out around, I'm not sure what issue number into, I guess we'll only have the first issue of Ultimate.
I believe so, because Ultimate Endgame comes out December 31st. This comes out January 21st. So unless Ultimate Endgame comes out more frequent than every 4 weeks, this will come out before Ultimate Endgame #2.
So I wonder if that's going to set up anything that these reflect, or if this takes place before that. I don't know. There's so much about that we don't know. But hopefully in a few weeks we will. So if you've been collecting all of Ultimate Black Panther, or you kind of want to see how it wraps up, check out this one.
Just another reason to like and subscribe as well, because as these things come out and we do start to understand how they all fit, we'll let you know.
Yeah. If we understand, we'll help you understand.
And if not, we just won't say anything about it.
We'll pretend like we know, but we were not telling.
We'll just sound really confident.
So this is your A cover, and there's a Marcos Martin Ultimate Finale cover.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Next up, we got Cover Gallery. Just some really cool covers to show you.
Starting with Gunslinger Spawn #50, the Scotty Young variant. This is like a big, like kind of an anniversary issue for Gunslinger Spawn, so that's going to be cool.
Next up, I love this. This is for Geiger #20. This is the Sean Von Gorman and Brad Anderson Wicked homage cover. I just thought this was really cool.
This is the Hello Darkness #18 Jenny Frizen cover.
Just Jenny Frizen pulling out the creepiest covers for this series. Next up, we have EC Cruel Universe #2, #6. This is the Mike Huddleston A cover. And I just want to put this here because this is my ultimate fear. And just this morning, I fell down a hole of liminal space videos of rooms with big oceans in them, and there's something swimming in them, and it made me feel things that I did not like.
That's you did you do that after reading Deluge from Ignition Paris?
It's part of that. It's mostly the bigger ocean.
Yeah, okay.
But I saw this and I was like, I got to put this here because it just scares me.
Dude, there's no telling what creatures are in the ocean.
That's why I don't get in the ocean.
There's so much of the ocean we haven't explored. There's no telling what's in there.
I don't get in the ocean. People don't understand. I respect the ocean. People don't understand nor respect the ocean and the things within it, because that exists. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah. Well, this is Spider-Man and Wolverine #9, the Chad Hardin variant, and that is the new character Arachnix, I think. I don't remember. But it's like an alternate universe combination of Spider-Man and Wolverine. I don't remember his name. Arachnix, I think. Something like that.
Sure. I haven't read it yet. Next up, we have Star Wars #9. We've got the John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. And once again, I'm not sure if this series is going beyond 10 issues. I need to look ahead to see. But it looks like the Star Wars books are going to be shaken up a little bit. And we also have the Lionel Francis Yu cover.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then we have Thor #6, the Leonardo Romero variant. I've been enjoying this one. We talked the other day about it's fun while it lasts. Thor does need to go back to like regular Thor at some point. Maybe it'll be this issue. I doubt it, but I'm having a good time with the story they are telling so far.
Yeah. And next up, we got Bookshelf, because there's some cool collect editions coming out. Starting off with Star Wars Legends Legacy. This was a series I bought from issue 1 off the stands, and I loved it. This is kind of an alternate. I mean, at the time, it was the future of the Star Wars universe. So that's Cade Skywalker, a descendant of Luke. They never say like how many generations, but you know, it's really cool. This is where you got Darth Krayt, who's a really cool Sith Lord. This is where you've got what's her name, the Twi'lek, the Twi'lek Sith.
The dancer.
Darth Talon. Yeah, that same species.
Okay.
Darth Talon, which has popped up here and there since then.
That sounds cool.
But this is awesome. So this collects Star Wars Legacy #0, issue 1/2, 1 through 36, and issue 41.
So was it okay? So the series was called Star Wars Legacy, right?
Yes.
Was it one big story? Or was it an anthology?
No, it's one big story following Cade, who is addicted to spice, and he has to he's trying to.
Dune?
Well, it's also death sticks and stuff. It's the drug of choice in the Star Wars universe.
Okay.
And he's trying to live up to the last name Skywalker. He's not too happy with it, so he's kind of this rebellious character. It's really cool. Darth Krayt is a character that ties back to the Star Wars Republic series. This is a great series, and I was super into it. So,
do you recommend that I buy this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool because you don't have to know anything else.
Yeah.
Because there's no familiar characters in this because it's
so far
X
out.
number of years into the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really cool. We've got our A cover here with Cade Skywalker, and we also have the Travis Charest.
Is that also Cade Skywalker?
I believe. Yeah.
Is he a Sith there?
He's not either, but he's definitely pulled both directions.
Oh,
he'll tap into it on occasion.
I don't think I've ever even heard of this.
Yeah.
So this sounds really cool. I might have to.
Yeah, and so it was Star Wars Star Wars Legacy, and there was a second series that was like a follow up, but yeah, issue 1, like Adam Hughes did the covers for the first few issues.
Okay.
It's very cool, and you can get this for $125.
Well, Andy just talked me out of $125. Thanks a lot. All right, so this is the Young Avengers Modern Era Epic Collection, the Children's Crusade, which is a fantastic story from a fantastic era of Marvel, featuring a fantastic bunch of characters.
This will make you mad that these characters aren't currently a bigger deal. I mean, you've got Wiccan and Hulkling, but
you don't have Patriot, you don't have Stature, you don't have Speed. Kate Bishop's nowhere to be found. Vision. Well, Vision, I guess is.
But that's is that the kid Vision?
Yeah, but I thought he was like the same. I don't quite remember. But so this is going to be $42.99, and this collects the 9-issue Avengers: The Children's Crusade series, and also Avengers: Children's Crusade, Young Avengers #1, and then material from Uncanny X-Men #526. So this will be a nice bookend to. There was another Young Avengers Modern Era Epic Collection that was the first part of that whole saga of Young Avengers, and there's a whole bunch in the middle too. But those will be nice bookends. Or you can just get the Omnibus because it has all of it and it's awesome. But yeah, I mean, after reading the Young Avengers Omnibus, which I only just read like a year or two ago for the first time, I was like, why are these characters still not a thing? They're so cool. I love them together. They felt like Marvel's Teen Titans.
Yeah.
But instead, Marvel then went and did the Champions with Miss Marvel and Miles Morales and Sam Alexander.
They keep trying to make a teen team when it's like you had a really good one to begin with.
They did the new Champions just within this last year, and I'm like, why? There's already some great young characters. Just put them back together and just watch the money roll in. But yeah, so this era of Marvel and this story. This era of Young Avengers is amazing, so I highly recommend it. And this is the only cover.
Well, next up we have the collected edition of Emma Frost, White Queen. All Hail the Queen. This was really fun. It just wrapped
Yeah.
up a couple weeks ago.
Dude, that first issue was awesome.
Yeah, I really like this. Of course, this is set during like the Hellfire Club days, very classic X-Men, and the Hellfire Club doing what it does, turning on itself and blaming each other while they're trying to backstab each other. And Emma Frost is caught in the middle of it. This collects issues 1 through 5. The series is by Amy Chu and Andrea DeVito. You can get the whole thing here for $17.99. Next up, we got a couple of new printings.
Including Infernal Hulk #1, the second printing. This is a cover from Dan Panosian. I really enjoyed this a lot. I never finished the previous run of Incredible Hulk, so I don't quite know how we got to this point, but now that we're here, I had a great time with this issue. Can't wait to read it. And it did make me go back and crack open the old Immortal Hulk Omnibus, and I'm starting to read that now because I just want to get caught up with this whole thing.
Yeah, and this was the foil cover, but now it's non-foil.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you missed out on the first one, grab the second print, and the #2 issue comes out next week.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That felt fast.
Yeah, I don't know if it's bi-weekly but because the last issue came out last week, so if there's 2 weeks, I don't know how long they'll keep that up, but
that's cool. Next up is Final Boss, the second printing. This is the Ryan Ottley cover. This was originally black, white, and red for the main cover, but they are doing a color version. I got the other one because I get all Ryan Ottley stuff, so now I've got to get this one. Yeah. But just really cool, and I have not got a chance to read this first issue yet, but you really liked it. Tyler Kirkham's awesome.
Bit of a setup, though, so I'm really, really eager for #2, though, now that everything's been established. I want to see where it goes.
Yep.
And next we have Voyeur #1, the second print. Another great book, probably my favorite book from Ignition, and all of their stuff has been great so far, but this one is my favorite. This first issue is very mysterious and sexy, and who's who, and who do you trust, and who's doing what, and who's trying to get one over on the other one, and that kind of thing. #2 has already come out.
Yeah, it was really good too.
It was really good. So if you missed out, here's the second print of the first issue that you can snatch up.
And that is it for Comics from the Future. So here's the thing. Morgoth was actually like the higher deity. Sauron was the lieutenant of Morgoth until Morgoth was defeated. Then Sauron, who we think of as the big villain, is actually just a lieutenant of Morgoth.
I concur.
Yeah. So Sauron does not have a mother. He's like an angel, essentially, that was...
Immaculate Conception.
Yeah, no.
No, okay.
I don't think Sauron was ever a baby. Anyway, so thank you for joining me for Lord of the Rings talk. But that is also it for Comics from the Future. Thank you so much for watching. Head on over to infinityflux.net right now where you can pre-order these books we just talked about. Like we said, we're recording this a couple of days early because of some scheduling conflicts and some personal conflicts between each other that are getting very heated.
That's right. You can't see there's actually a wall between us.
Yeah, we're actually green screen. You're at your house, I'm at my house. We just spliced them together. But all the more reason to get your pre-orders in. Keep checking back all the way up until Sunday at 9 when these orders are due to make sure nothing shifts around, especially this time of year with holidays. Schedules are thrown off and different ordering stuff, but if it's on there, you pre-order it. Doesn't matter what happens, you're locked in. And make sure to like and subscribe to get more fun content like this, talking all things comics. Stay tuned for our video coming next week where we are going over Absolute Batman, the big Absolute Joker issue.
Yeah, big number 15. That thing is gonna be, oh my gosh, I can't wait.
That's gonna be crazy, so you don't want to miss that as well. And all that being said, until next time, see ya.